I opened the door quietly and called out, "Lena." I expected music, maybe candles, maybe her laugh floating from the kitchen. Instead, I heard another laugh. A male laugh. Familiar. Too familiar. I stepped inside and froze. Mark sat shirtless. On my couch. Lena sat beside him, her hand on his arm like it belonged there. The air smelled like her perfume and sweat. They both looked at me at the same time. Silence crashed into the room. Mark smiled. "Hey man," I set my bag down slowly. "Why are you shirtless in my house?" Lena stood up fast. "It's not what you think," I looked at her. "Then, tell me what I'm supposed to think." Mark leaned back like he was comfortable. "Relax. We were just talking." "Shirtless?" I asked. He shrugged. "It's hot." I walked to the thermostat. "It's 72. Lena's voice shook. "You came home early." "I did," I said. "I wanted to surprise you." She swallowed. "You should have called. I shouldn't need permission to enter my own house." Mark laughed softly. "No one said that." I turned to him. "Put your shirt on." He held my gaze for a second too long, then reached for his shirt. He moved slow, like he wanted to show me he wasn't scared. Lena stepped toward me. "Please don't make this ugly." "I'm not making anything," I said. "I'm asking questions." She whispered, "You're scaring me." "I'm calm," I said. "You should be happy about that." Mark stood up. "I'll go." I blocked the doorway. "You'll stay." His jaw tightened. "Why?" "Because I'm not done talking." Lena grabbed my arm, let him leave. I looked at her hand and then at her face. "Why are you protecting him?" "I'm protecting all of us," she said. "There is no us right now," I replied. "There's me, and there's whatever this is." Mark crossed his arms. "You're overreacting." I laughed once. "You're half naked on my couch." "Didn't do anything," Lena said quickly. I sat down across from them. "Good. Then this will be easy." They stayed standing. "Sit," I said. I folded my hands. "How long?" Lena's eyes filled. "It's not like that." "It's not an answer," Mark said. "We're friends." I nodded. "Friends don't hide," Lena whispered. "We weren't hiding." "You jumped when I walked in." She looked down. "Because you looked angry." "I'm not angry," I said. "I'm listening." Mark shifted. "You want the truth?" "Yes," I said. He smirked. "We've been close lately." I stared at him. Define close. Lena snapped, "Stop talking." He kept going. "She needed someone." I looked at her. Am I not someone? Tears slid down her cheeks. "You're always working, so I deserve this." "That's not what I said. It's what you did." Mark raised his hands. "No one planned anything." I asked, "Did you kiss?" Her silence. I leaned forward. "Did you?" Lena sobbed. "Once?" I nodded slowly. "Thank you for answering," double quotes Mark said. "It didn't mean anything." "It means everything," I replied. Lena reached for me. "Please yell. Do something. Don't sit there like that." "Why?" I asked. "Would that help you?" "It would feel normal," she cried. "This isn't normal," I said quietly. "Nothing about this is normal." Mark stepped toward the door again. "I'm leaving." I moved aside. "Now you can go." He hesitated. "You good?" I smiled at him. "I will be." He left without another word. The door clicked shut. The house felt empty, even with Lena standing there. She whispered, "I'm sorry." I asked, "Are you sorry you did it? Or sorry I saw it?" She shook her head. "Both." I walked past her. "I'm tired." "Don't sleep in the guest room." She begged. "I'm sleeping somewhere. I can breathe." She followed me. "Please talk to me." "I am talking," I said. "You just don't like what I'm saying." She grabbed my shirt. "I love you." I looked at her hand and gently removed it. "Love isn't what you felt on that couch." She collapsed onto the bed, crying. I messed up. "Yes," I said. "You did." "You going to leave?" "Me." I paused. "I don't know yet." Her voice cracked. "I'll fix it." "Can't fix what already happened." She whispered, "Tell me what to do." I turned off the light. "Sleep." "I can't," she said. "I can," I replied. "I've had a long trip. I lay in the guest bed staring at the ceiling. Every memory we shared replayed like a broken film. Our wedding, our first apartment. The promises, each one sounded fake. Now from the other room, I heard her crying. I didn't move. I whispered into the dark, I trusted you. She answered through the wall, I know. That's the worst part, I said. Morning light crept through the blinds before I slept. When I woke, I felt different, lighter, colder. Lena stood in the doorway. Did you rest? I decided. Her face went pale. Decided what? I'm not fixing this today, she trembled. Then when? When I understand what I'm destroying, I said calmly. And what? I'm saving. She stared at me like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. I picked up my phone and walked past her. My voice felt steady. My hands didn't shake. Inside, something had already ended, and something else had just begun. I woke up before Lena and walked into the kitchen. She came in a minute later and whispered, You're cooking? I'm hungry, I said. Do you want eggs? She stared at me. You're acting normal. I am normal, I replied. That's worse, she said quietly. I slid a plate toward her. Eat. She didn't touch it. Why aren't you angry? I already was, I said. It didn't fix anything. Her voice shook. Yell at me? No. Please. I looked at her. Why do you want pain so badly? Because I deserve it, she whispered. You'll get what you deserve, I said calmly. Just not today. I left for work without kissing her. Eli met me at the door and said, You look different. I slept, I answered. You look like you didn't. I'm fine, I said. He studied my face. You're too calm. Calm is efficient. He laughed nervously. That sounds scary. It should, I said, and walked past him. All morning, I worked in silence. My phone buzzed every 10 minutes. Mark's name kept lighting the screen. I finally opened one message. Man, I'm sorry if things looked weird. I typed back. They did. He answered fast. Nothing happened. I wrote, You kissed my wife. He paused. Then, she told you. I stared at the screen. My hands didn't shake. I replied, I know more than you think. He sent 3 dots. Then nothing. That silence felt better than shouting. At lunch, I opened our bank account. Numbers don't lie. Motions do. I saw transfers I didn't recognize. Small at first, then bigger, then reckless. Thousands moving into an account I didn't. No, I called Lena. She answered instantly. Are you okay? I'm looking at our money, I said. Her breathing changed. I can explain. I'm listening. I helped him, she whispered. How much? Silence. Lena, I said softly. How much? Almost everything, she said. I leaned back in my chair. Why? He was desperate. So you made me desperate, I replied. I thought I could fix it before you noticed. Fix nothing, she started crying. I was trying to help. You helped him rob me, I said. I didn't think of it like that. You should have, I answered, and hung up. Eli walked in and asked, Bad call? Expensive call, I said. You want to talk? No, I replied. I want to finish my work. That night I drove to Nadia's place. She opened the door and frowned. What happened? I stepped inside. I need advice. Serious, she said. Sit. I told her everything without raising my voice. When I finished, she asked, Do you want revenge? I want balance, I said. That's not the same, she replied. Then what do I want? She looked straight at me. Do you want justice or peace? I stared at the floor. I don't know, I admitted. She nodded. That's honest. I feel empty, I said. Empty is safe, she answered. Anger is loud. Empty is sharp. Don't want to explode, I whispered. Then don't, she said. Outlast them. I repeated her words. Outlast them. She squeezed my shoulder. Silence is stronger than shouting. I smiled faintly. That's what I'm doing. Good. She said, Keep watching. When I got home, Lena was sitting in the dark. She jumped up. Where were you? With my sister? I said. Did you tell her? Yes, she covered her face. She hates me now. She understands consequences, I replied. Lena stepped closer. Please scream at me. No, hit the wall. Break something. I'm not breaking my house, I said calmly. You're breaking me, she whispered. You did that yourself. She fell to her knees. I'm sorry, I looked down at her. Sorry doesn't return money. I'll fix it. She cried with what? She had no answer. I sat on the couch. Stand up. Not punishing you tonight, I said. Then when? She asked when I decide what matters more, I replied. Justice or peace? She shook her head. I don't understand you anymore. You never did, I said quietly. She reached for me. I stepped back. Her hand froze in the air. You're cold, she whispered. I'm awake, I answered. She started crying again. I want my husband back. Should have protected him, I said. The room went silent. She finally whispered, I'm scared. You should be, I replied gently. I am too. She looked at me like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. I walked past her and said, Go to sleep. I can't, she said. You will, I replied. Everyone does. I lay in bed and stared. At the ceiling again, Mark texted one last time. We need to talk. I typed back. No, we don't. I turned off my phone. Silence filled the room. For the first time since I walked in on them, silence didn't hurt. It felt like a weapon, and I knew how to use it. I met Mr. Reyes in a small office that smelled like coffee and paper. He looked at my files and said, You're moving fast. I'm moving carefully, I replied. That's faster than most people, he said. What do you want protected? Everything. I answered. He nodded once. Then we start today. I slid bank statements across the desk. I want clean separation. He scanned the numbers. Your wife did this? Yes. And the friend. He benefited, I said. Mr. Reyes leaned back. You want revenge? I want insulation, I replied. He smiled faintly. Good answer? Can you do it? I asked. I already am, he said. By the time they notice, it'll be too late. That's the point, I said. When I got home, Lena was waiting at the table with bills spread out like wounds. She looked up. We're almost broke. No, I said calmly. You're almost broke. Her face twisted. That's not fair. You moved the money, I replied. You own the fear. She stood. Fix it. I shook my head. No. Her voice cracked. You always fix things. Not this, I said. She grabbed the papers. We'll lose the house. We'll survive, I answered. I can't survive this, she whispered. You survived betraying me, I said quietly. You'll survive consequences. Tears filled her eyes. I was stupid. Yes, I said. I trusted him. You trusted the wrong man. She stared at me. Do you hate me? I don't have time to hate, I replied. Busy protecting myself, she flinched like I hit her. That night my phone rang. Mark's name flashed across the screen. I answered. Speak. You ruined me, he slurred. I didn't touch you, I said. My investors vanished. That happens. You poisoned them against me. I don't know your investors, I replied. He laughed bitterly. You think? I'm stupid. I think you're drunk, I said. I'm coming over, growled. Don't, I answered. He hung up. Lena stood in the doorway. Was that him? Yes. Her voice trembled. What did he say? Thinks I ruined. Him, did you? No, I said. He ruined himself. A car door slammed outside. Lena whispered, He's here. Go upstairs, I told her. I'm not leaving you alone with him. You've already left me once, I said calmly. Go upstairs. She hesitated, then obeyed. I opened the door before he knocked. Mark stumbled inside. You look proud. Look awake, I said. He shoved me lightly. You stole my future. You never had one, I replied. He laughed. You think you're better than me? I think I'm sober. He pointed upstairs. She chose me. No, I said. She chose weakness. His eyes burned. You're scared. I'm patient, I answered. He grabbed my shirt. Say, you're sorry for what? I asked. For ruining me? I didn't ruin you, I said softly. I just stopped protecting you. He froze. The words landed harder than any punch. Lena appeared on the stairs. Mark, stop. At her, you said he didn't matter, she whispered. I lied. His face cracked. You what? I lied, she repeated. It matters. Mark stepped back like the floor vanished. You used me, he said. She shook her head. I used myself. He turned to me. You win, not playing, I replied. He laughed, then choked on it. You think this is over? It was over when you walked into my house shirtless, I said. He stared at Lena. You're choosing him? She looked at me and said, I'm choosing reality. Mark's shoulders dropped. For the first time, he looked small. You're both dead to me, he muttered. I opened the door. Walk away. He staggered outside without another word. The silence that followed felt heavy. Lena whispered, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't want to know, I replied. She sank onto the couch. I was blind.
You were comfortable,
I said. Blind is kinder. She looked up at me. Are you happy? No, I answered. Focused. That's worse, she said. Only for you, I replied. She hugged herself. I'm scared of losing everything. You already did, I said quietly. You just haven't felt it yet, she cried without sound. I didn't comfort her. I sat across from her and watched the illusion fade from her eyes. Every tear stripped away the fantasy she built around him. Every breath brought her closer to the truth. She finally whispered, I don't know who I am. You're the woman who broke us, I said. Now you decide what comes next. She nodded slowly. I'll change, she said. Change doesn't erase damage, I replied. It's all I have. Then start, I said. She looked at me. Will you stay? I stood up. I'll stay long enough to see the end, I answered. The end of what? She asked. I met her eyes. The part of my life where I was blind. I said. She didn't argue. She just cried. And for the first time, I felt nothing. Not anger, not sadness, only clarity. The fall had started and I wasn't falling with them. I met Lena at the kitchen table with divorce papers between us. She stared at them and whispered, This is real, as I said. Her hands shook. You're not fighting me. I already fought, I replied, silently. She touched the papers like they were glass. I thought you'd scream. I'm done screaming, I said. Tears filled her eyes. I destroyed us. Yes, I answered. She swallowed hard. I deserve this. You deserve truth. I said, This is truth. She looked up. Do you hate me? Oh. I replied, Hate would mean I still belong here. Breath caught. You don't belong with me anymore? I belong with myself. I said quietly. She covered her mouth and cried. I didn't move to comfort her. After a moment, she whispered, I want to confess everything. You already did, I said. No, she shook her head. All of it. Nodded once. Talk. She took a breath. I loved the attention. I loved feeling wanted. I kept lying because it felt easier than stopping. Every day I told myself I'd end it tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. I listened without blinking. I watched you trust me, she said, and I kept taking from you. Yes, I replied. She looked at me. Why are you so calm? Because I already lost you, I said. This is paperwork. Her shoulders collapsed. I thought you'd fight to keep me, she whispered. I fought to keep me, I answered. Silence stretched between us. Finally, she signed. The pen sounded louder than thunder. She slid the papers back. I'm sorry. No, I said. The apology landed softly and died there. Later that day, Mark called. I answered without greeting. His voice was thin. I'm finished. I replied, My company is gone. Yes, my friends won't answer me. That happens. He laughed weakly. You did this? No, I said. You did. He paused. I'm sorry. I stared at the wall. That word is late. I didn't mean to ruin your life. You didn't, I answered. You revealed it. He whispered, can we fix this? There is no this, I said. There is only after. He breathed out slowly. I have nothing. You had choices, I replied. I was stupid. Yes. Silence filled the line. He finally said, goodbye. Goodbye, I answered, and hung up. I didn't feel victory. I felt distance. Nadia met me outside, my new apartment, with a small box in her hands. She smiled softly. You look lighter, I am, I said. She stepped inside. It's empty. It's honest, I replied. She set the box down. Are you okay? I don't know yet, I admitted. But I'm standing. That's enough, she said. I leaned against the wall. I thought revenge would feel bigger. She shook her head. Closure is quiet. I expected fireworks. I said, you got oxygen instead, she answered. I laughed for the first time in months. That feels strange. Good strange, she replied. I nodded. I survived. You did more than that, she said. You chose yourself. I looked around the room. Clean walls, bare floor, no ghosts. I kept what mattered, I whispered. What's that? She asked. Me, I said. She hugged me tight. I'm proud of you. I hugged her back. Thank you for staying. Always, she said. After she left, the apartment fell silent. The silence didn't hurt anymore. It breathed. My phone buzzed one last time. A message from Lena. I hope you find happiness. I stared at the words. Then, I typed. I already started. I turned the phone off and set it down. I walked to the window and opened it. Cold air filled the room. For months, I thought pain would end me. It didn't. It carved me into someone sharper. Someone awake. I whispered to the empty space, I'm still here. The words echoed softly, and for the first time since that night on the couch, I believed them. I didn't win by breaking them. I won by leaving. I picked up my keys, stepped outside, and locked the door behind me. The hallway smelled new. So did. I walked forward without looking back. Not because I forgot, but because I finally understood. Justice wasn't loud. It was choosing myself, and I chose me.